Nobody prepares you for what 3 weeks out actually looks like. You've done real work. You're not a beginner anymore. And the finish line is close enough to see, but far enough away that doubt still has room to sound perfectly reasonable. That's where I am right now. In this video, what's actually working in my training, where my money's at right now, not perfect, but directional, and the specific kind of quiet doubt that shows up when you get close to something you said you were gonna do. And honestly, I almost let that voice win this week. This is the honest version, the messy middle chapter. Let me start with the good stuff first, because there is good stuff. And I think it matters to name that honestly too. The biggest thing, my consistency has genuinely surprised me. After April, after Rome, after basically falling out of rhythm for a month, I thought coming back was gonna feel like starting over completely. Like I had lost all momentum. And to be fair, that first run back, terrible. Heavy legs, lungs not fully cooperating, my Apple Watch feeling personally offended by my pace, and the voice in my head was immediately like,
see, this is exactly what happens when you take a break.
But by the third run, something clicked back into place. Not perfectly, but enough. Enough for me to realize your body actually remembers more than you think it does. And I really want people to hear that part, because I think a lot of people never come back after the gap because they're scared that the re-entry is gonna feel impossible. It's uncomfortable, but it's not as hard as your anxiety is telling you it's gonna be. Your body holds on to what you built. And honestly, I think that applies to more than just running. Confidence works like that too. Discipline works like that too. Even your relationship with money works like that. Second thing that's actually working, I finally found a run-walk structure that fits my body. Not the version I thought I was supposed to be doing. Not the one that looked the coolest on paper. The one I can actually sustain. The one I finished feeling challenged, but not destroyed. And I think this is the part of fitness journeys that people don't really document enough, because it's not glamorous. It's trial and error. Trying a training plan and realizing, yeah, this is not for me, and adjusting. That took me a really long time to give myself permission to do. To stop treating fitness like a punishment and start treating myself like someone worth learning. And weirdly, I've never done that before. Now that I have done that, I'm actually running better than I was in March. And here's the thing I really want you to hear. Progress doesn't always look impressive while it's happening. Sometimes it just looks like quietly coming back. Okay, so you know I'm not just here just to talk about running, because the financially fit framework is the whole point. The idea that how we move through physical goals and how we move through money goals is usually the exact same pattern, just lived in two different arenas. So here's my actual financial training update. Same energy, progress and doubt at the same time. What's working? I've been really consistent with my weekly money check-ins every Sunday. Even the Sundays I absolutely did not feel like doing it. That habit has officially become a non-negotiable for me now, and I can feel the difference. I know what's happening with my money. I'm not avoiding it anymore. And honestly, that awareness alone changes so many decisions before they become problems. Now, what's been harder than expected? Convenience spending. Specifically, tired girl convenience spending. You don't feel like thinking, and suddenly your budget is funding emotional support DoorDash order. Nothing dramatic happened. I didn't blow up my life, but I had a week where I drifted more than I wanted to. And instead of correcting early, kind of let it continue for a few days. And the parallel to fitness is exact, because when you miss one workout, the second miss gets easier. The gap itself isn't usually what hurts you. What hurts you is not having a system for closing the gap. So now my reset system is simple. I don't spiral. I don't shame myself. I look at what's left, then redistribute. And I commit to the rest of the month. That's what systems are for. Not perfection, recovery. Directionally, I'm on track. Not perfectly, directionally. Now here's the part I haven't really said out loud. Doubt showed up. Not dramatic doubt. Not, you can't do this doubt. The quiet kind. The reasonable kind. The kind that sounds like,
Maybe May 30th is just too soon. Maybe you should lower the pressure. Maybe you just do the race casually.
and I recognize that voice now. I know it's not logic. It's protection. It's the part of me that would rather lower the bar quietly than risk not reaching the original one I set. And honestly, I think part of the doubt is knowing I probably won't be the fastest person there. Knowing I'll probably walk portions of it. Knowing there will still be a small part of me wondering if I look like I should be there, even though I know I do. And the truth is, I've crossed finish lines before. I know how real the feeling is. I know it counts. I know pace has absolutely nothing to do with whether or not you earned it. But the doubt is still real. And pretending it isn't doesn't help anybody. Not me, and definitely not you. Who has their own version of, I'm not sure I'm enough for this? You are, and honestly, so am I. We just have to keep showing up long enough to actually remember it. So here's the actual plan for the next 3 weeks. And I'm saying this out loud mostly to hold myself accountable. 3 runs per week. At least 2 of those runs at full 5K distance. Not because I need perfection. I just want my body to remember this distance is not a big deal. And then 1 shorter pace session. Not speed focused, pacing focused. Even effort, the kind I can actually maintain. And mentally, I'm trying to stop comparing this journey to some imaginary ideal timeline and start respecting what I've already built. Because honestly, I think I minimize my own process sometimes. And financially, same thing. 3 weeks to close the month intentionally. Not to erase the soft week, not to become perfect overnight, just to finish in a way future me can build from. Because I think that's the real lesson in all of this. The race isn't the destination, it's the checkpoint. The real destination is becoming someone who keeps going afterward. That's who I'm actually training to become. So yeah, 3 weeks out, progress and doubts. That's the real update. Not everything is clean, not everything went according to plan, but I'm still here. And if you're in that weird in-between place right now, where you've done the real work, but the outcome still feels uncertain, that's not failure. That's literally what growth feels like. Keep going anyway.